I was interested in The End of Oak Street for exactly one reason, and it was its premise. The film follows a small suburban family in the 80s in the USA, and one day their entire neighborhood gets transported back 200 million years ago, and now they have to deal with dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. With such a premise, I thought we were going to see a campy family adventure like Journey to the Center of the Earth or Jumanji or something like that. But what we got instead with The End of Oak Street was an emotionally intense film. I mean, the stakes were real, the deaths were gory, and it wasn't played for laughs. It's been a while since we saw such a premise being dealt with the seriousness it deserved, and I thought that was refreshing. Like so many others have mentioned before, the film does remind you a lot of early Steven Spielberg films, especially in how a family's internal drama was intertwined with a larger fantastical event or a plot. For example, if you look at Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it wasn't just about aliens, it was also about couple dealing with a failing marriage because of the husband's obsession with UFOs. In The End of Oak Street, we see a couple, an husband and wife, dealing with a divorce, a potential divorce, and it's affecting their children and it's fracturing their family. But now they also have to deal with the threat of dinosaurs. I also found it interesting how the film follows a small family and their troubles, but it wasn't just their house that gets transported back to prehistoric times, it was also the entire neighborhood. Perhaps it was mirroring how our personal intimate lives are inexplicably connected to our environment. The End of Oak Street also has incredible dinosaur attack scenes. It was one of the best dinosaur movies I've seen in recent times, and that includes the recent Jurassic World films. It wasn't just about the dinosaurs screaming into our faces. We see a lot of different prehistoric creatures, and each of them have their own attack patterns, and they hunt the family down in their own ways. The most thrilling scenes in the film are when you know that the dinosaurs are coming and the family hasn't noticed it yet, and the tension keeps rising. Speaking of which, there's another Spielbergian influence here. Just like how in Jaws we don't see the shark until after an hour, here the dinosaurs are not just thrown into our faces immediately. By the time the family gets to meet these creatures, we just see glimpses of them here and there. There's a talon here, there's a tail there, and then when the reveal finally happens, the momentum keeps rising, and it's incredible when you watch it. I liked how the ending of the film circled around themes of sacrifice, and it really shows how, whether it is your own survival, whether you're trying to save your failing marriage, you have to make some incredible sacrifices. If you look at the ending looks like a simple happy climax, but when you look at it closely, the characters had to make a lot of bitter sacrifices in order to get to where they are at the end, and I thought that was really nice. If at all I had any problem with the film, it's the fact that it could have done more. They could have done more with the prehistoric setting. They could have added more layers, and but still, I was pretty happy with what we got. And it's a well-rounded film, and it was an entertaining watch. Unlike other mainstream blockbuster films these days, it didn't resort to a lot of template cliches. Like, for example, the children, they didn't act like rebellious teenagers like they usually do in such family dramas. They do create some obstacles for the parents to cross, but those obstacles came from a place of anxiety. The kids didn't know what to do, and they were looking to the adults for help, and that's how these obstacles come to fore, not because they are template movie teenagers that have to rebel for the sake of rebelling. The husband and wife, played by Anne Hathaway and Evan McGregor, I liked how their marriage wasn't failing because of some ambiguous reasons. It wasn't just a lack of romance. They were growing apart in ways that felt very real to me, and I really hope other creature films like Jurassic Park franchise or the Godzilla movies take some inspiration from this and add more depth to their characters and make their monsters look terrifying. And also realize that the monsters are not just monsters, they could be metaphors for some internal struggle, and that's how it used to be always, but it's been missing sadly in the last few monster films. So yeah, I would really recommend this film to anybody.